Hey everybody, it's Ryan, the Technical Director, and welcome to your home recording setup tutorial for Ghostlight. Now I'm going to try and make this video as painless as possible while still covering as many things as I can, so that way if maybe you're not as experienced setting up this technical equipment, you'll have a chance to learn along the way. Now I recommend that you watch the video first in its entirety and then go back and set up your actual home rig side by side with the video. Now with that, let's get started. The bundle that you'll pick up from the CPA is broken into two parts, the electronics box and the green screen box. Now we're quickly going to go over some of the inventory in these two different boxes. Let's start with the green screen box first. Starting from top to bottom, you have your utilities bag, 2 tripods, 2 tension clips, 1 extension cable with 3 ports, 1 green screen with a setup manual, and 4 curtain rod extenders. Now moving on to the electronics box, this time starting from the bottom to top. 1 tripod, 1 ring light power cable, 1 iPad, 1 set of headphones, 1 ring light with iPad holder, and inside of the bag you'll find the Bluetooth microphone, the Bluetooth receiver, the Bluetooth charging cable, and 1 lavalier mic. Finally, you have 1 iPad charger. Let's begin setup. First, take your utilities bag out of the green screen box. Take out your tripods and begin to assemble them. When choosing an area to set up your green screen, make sure you take note of your surroundings. If you're setting up in a garage like you see me doing here, look at the ground and see if there's any grease or oil or debris. This is also a great time to set a base level between your 2 tripods. Once your tripods are assembled, take out the 4 extendable curtain rods. Now identify which ends go to the correct adjacent unit. You can identify the ends of the rods by finding the large ovals that run in the same direction as the length of the pipe. At the opposite end of this rod, you will find a metal button that depresses. You'll depress that button and slide it into the next unit. The next unit will have a small oval that runs counter to the length of the pipe. Slide the 2 poles together by depressing the metal button and locking it into place. Repeat this process for the remainder of the rods. Once assembled, the rods should look like this. Next, remove the wing nut from the tripods. Set them aside for later. Remember, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Take out the green screen and identify which end has the pocket. The pocket will have a sewed edge along one end, and it'll look like this. Now that you've found the pocket, feed the end of the rod through the seam gently so not to rip the material. Attach the threaded end of the tripod through the large oval at the end of the rod. Fasten the wing nut snugly without over-tightening. Repeat this process at the opposite end. Using a stair-step method, begin to raise and elevate your tripods. If you have somebody that can help you assemble the green screen, you can do this process simultaneously. Once your screen is raised to an adequate level, ensure that all sections of your tripods are firmly locked without over-tightening. Carefully adjust your screen as necessary. Be cautious as not to pull the screen over on top of yourself. Now grab your fastening clips. On one side, attach your fastening clips halfway up the green screen, and then repeat the process on the other side. Pull the screen taut without toppling over the entire unit. Now that our green screen is complete, grab your electronics box and let's begin assembly. First, set up your tripod and lock the base. Then set the tripod at an appropriate working level. Now attach the ring light to the top of the tripod by sliding the base of the neck of the ring light over the top of the metal adapter on the tripod. You may have to make a few adjustments on the knobs on the base of the ring light. You'll know you're in the right position once the ring light is firmly seated in the right place. Adjust the ring light until it is in the complete vertical position. Secure all the knobs firmly without over-tightening. Now grab your 3-port power strip and attach it to the wall. Once your power source is attached to the wall, grab your ring light power cable. The ring light has 2 ports on either side of it. On the right side, it's a USB. On the left side, it's a power port. Attach your power cable into the ring light and then attach that cable to your 3-port power extension. Now let's attach the iPad onto the iPad holder. Make sure you always have one hand as a point of contact onto the iPad as not to drop it. The back of the iPad holder has a locking mechanism. One direction puts it in the lock position. Rotating the lock will put it into the unlock position. Now take the iPad and put it into the lower 2 teeth of the iPad holder. Adjust the arm to lift up and slide it into place. Slide the arm back down and adjust it into place. Then fasten the knob to the locked position. To take the iPad out of the iPad holder, reverse the process. The controls of the ring light are on the front of the unit. The power button turns on and off the unit. The balance button controls the intensity of the light, and the mode button toggles between modes. Now let's set up for sound. Grab the Bluetooth receiver and insert it into the bottom of the iPad. Ensure that the indicator light is facing you. Locate the lavalier mic and attach it to your lapel. Adjust your mic so that it does not rub against your clothes. Plug the end of the lapel mic into the Bluetooth microphone. Press and hold the main button on the front of the Bluetooth microphone. Hold it until you see a solid blue light on the Bluetooth receiver on the iPad. Once it is solid blue, the device is now synced and you can release the button.
Now we've completed our setup. We have our green screen set up behind us. Everything is secure and our area is pulled tightly. We've set up our camera as well as our ring light, and we've also set up our microphone. Right now what you're hearing is me talking through the Bluetooth microphone that is connected to the iPad. Right now we're recording in 720 at 30 frames per second. As with the current iPads we have, this is the best quality we can shoot. But just remember that when setting up your camera, everything needs to be stationary and no longer moving. So if you have wind or maybe even a fan blowing against your stand and it's starting to wave, make sure that the camera is completely still and locked down before you start filming, or else the camera will continue to try and autofocus on what is in the foreground. Once we've done our recording session, we'll go back and we can listen to what we've just recorded. So what you can do is before you start filming, you can test the audio levels to make sure that your microphone is connected and reading to the iPad. You can also go back in between shoots to hear how you sounded. Maybe you need to adjust your microphone to a different position on your lapel. Maybe you need to speak louder or softer depending on what the quality is receiving on the iPad. If you can't hear yourself when you're first plugging the headset into the iPad, make sure that you click the unmute button.
Well, cast, I hope that this tutorial was helpful. And if you have any questions or concerns at any time, please contact me and I can walk you through the process. Thank you, and break a leg.